Breaking news always seems to be pointing out the obvious.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always late.
Of course, their Twitter says the login issues have been resolved, so I'm going to call BS on that.
Yeah.
So they're communicating to us from the past and the future.
Well, it's able to log you in. They didn't say that they're having problems with people getting kicked off.
Okay, looks like my note's back on.
You have a newt?
My newt.
That's what I said. Your newt.
Yeah. Alright, I'm just gonna do where I check to make sure everyone's started. Okay, I'm gonna start a pull timer. It will pull in 10 seconds.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Virulent strain detected. Neutralized with extreme prejudice.
Oh, she counts down.
Dissection protocol. 3, 2, 1.
Oh, no, she does count. I'm looking at the wrong thing. Wind tunnel, don't get sucked in.
Dissection protocol. 3, 2, 1.
Beware.
Okay, 20% over. First group should get ready to go right now. Next up, we're going to have boiiizz, dodge, and a laser going.
I already ran. I thought it was the first group.
Oh, you might be right.
1.
Beware.
Resistance to extreme.
Oh, what fresh hell is this?
I think we might have had too many people go over.
Yeah.
How many do we have over?
Contagion level reduced. 3, 2, 1. Preparing samples for contagion level reduced.
Yeah, give me like a quick moment to get aggro on the there.
Complete.
That's my bad. That went balls deep.
Okay, so what do we think? Should we reduce it to 2 people going over?
No, that was on me. You called, I heard my name, and I went through the wall. That's what it was.
Okay.
Hey, y'all still did the first boss without falling. That's good.
Yeah.
We just celebrated with everyone exploding.
We needed a fireworks show.
Right?
Well, we have a fire ant show.
I think y'all are doing a fantastic job.
So is that first group going over it pretty much right away then, right?
No,
No, we're gonna wait till 20% energy on the room. If you look at the side, the room has its own little boss bar.
Got it.
Hold on, I'm gonna write down the order here.
I was looking at the boss's energy bar.
at first I did too, then I realized it was going up and down, then I realized this was this huge bar right below her health. Like that shows that shows the room.
Who did I have assigned on that first group? Vabalus, Moisty, and was it
Foo Fighter.
Foo Fighter? Okay.
Whoever just whispered me, I'm not a blood DK. I can't AoE grip stun anything.
That would be nice if you could. Almost down, or done. Okay, I've written down the names here of just each group that's going to go through. If somebody dies, then we're going to have to adjust a little bit. But this is just to give us an idea of who should be going when. So first group is Vavilus, Moisty, and Foo Fighter. You guys are going to be going over first. Second group, and try to remember your partners here. Second group is Dodd, Aleza, and Minute. Third group is Frosty, Boss, Demon Hunter, and Vandal. So Frosty, Boss, and Vandal, third group. Hood and Myrtle Plague is the fourth group. Big, Ball, and Jay is the fifth group. And myself, Everlana, and Mallow are the last.
Wait, did you have a healer going over in the second group, or was the first one over in the third group?
Let's see. I have healers in... Frosty is in the third group. Should I switch you to second?
They probably want at least one healer over
Yeah, they'll probably need one.
Was I in the fifth group? Because somebody decided to set off a laughing bomb as you were explaining them.
You know what? I'll make it easier by just moving the raid frames. Is everyone okay with that, or is I can mess up some UIs?
How many raid frames are you doing?
I was just gonna make 6 groups. We currently have 4.
Yeah, that should be fine.
We may be overthinking this, but we'll try it anyway. Okay, everyone should be in a group of 3. Those 3 people are your team. So group 1, Vavilus, Moisty, Foo Fighter. Group 2, Frosty, Aleza, Minute. Group 3, Dodd, Boss, Nerdle. Group 4, Ball, Boontree, Jay. Group 5, Bigglesworth, Vandal, Plague Reaper. And Group 6, myself, Everlana, and Mallow. Vavilus, I think you whisper me. Do you want to try and call them out if we miss them? Or when
I
they're
didn't
coming
whisper
up?
you, but...
Oh, that was me. Sorry.
Oh,
but yes,
you.
yeah, I could do it though. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, just say the group number and I'll spit them off.
Okay. All right, we're going to start going over at 20%. That's when the first group goes over, and then every 10% after that is going to be the next group. Okay, everyone's ready. Bowling at 10.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cleansing protocol activated. Dissection protocol initiated. 2, 1.
Beware.
Resistance to extreme heat.
Can't actually see the colors.
Dissection protocol initiated. 2, 1.
Beware.
Resistance to extreme.
Okay, group 1, you're up.
That's Moisty Foo.
Group 2, get ready.
Dissection protocol initiated.
Group 2.
Frost, laser minute.
Beware.
Resistance to extreme.
Wow, what is going on?
Sanitation complete.
I was blade storming, and I didn't get the interrupt.
Yeah, so the ads have a cast that has to be interrupted or it puts a debuff on the whole raid.
Is that what just killed us?
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought I hit that for a quick little blade storm.
That is one
Okay,
nasty
so-
debuff.
Yeah, it is. That just kind of wiped us out there in a couple seconds. If you're on the other side of the chamber and you're fighting the ads, make sure you interrupt that. Because that is going to wipe us, and you might have to trade interrupts or coordinate interrupts with who's over there.
I do think those ads can be hard CC too, if I'm not mistaken, like stuns and stuff.
Yeah, they can.
Okay, that'd be good. So yeah, stun, CC, interrupts, don't let them get that cast off. There's an auto hammer up here. I'm not sure who put that down. Yeah,
Where's the hammer at?
first couple of players. Yeah. First couple of players should be able to interrupt frequently. I've got Moisty and who was the other one? Foo Fighter. I think your interrupts are 10 seconds or 15.
Yeah, it's called clinging corruption. That's what we do.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, Moisty and Foo, you guys are gonna have to, I guess, coordinate your interrupts.
I'm gonna try intimidating shout. I mean, they're dying pretty quick, so hopefully they can be feared. But
Yeah, I think if each of us one get, cause I mean, I'll stun one. I'm pretty sure they're stunnable, silenceable, they're displaceable. Everything works against them. So I'll hammer one, and each guys get one. We should be good.
Can you mark at least one of them then? That'll be the one you get.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll make sure you have assistant or. Okay, you should be able to mark.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right, pulling into.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cleansing protocol activated. Initiated. 3,
Oh,
2, 1.
Beware.
Resistance to extreme heat. Container chamber.
Sanitizer strike coming up. Don't be in front of the.
Protocol initiated. 2, 1.
Beware.
Resistance to extreme.
Okay, group one.
About this Moisty Foo.
Rising strike. Don't be in front of the box.
3, 2,
Frosty lays a minute.
Beware.
resistance to extreme heat. Granting containment chamber.
Group 3 coming up. Group 3.
Dachi, Boz, Nerdle.
Dissection protocol. 3, 2, 1. Testing
Beware.
bacterial resistance to extreme heat.
Group 4 coming up.
Bowels, Boom, J-Bony.
Wait, are we going over now?
Initiated.
Yes.
2, 1.
Wait.
Ah!
I think you want to go over with your group.
That's why I asked.
Big Ol's Vandal Plaguer.
Okay, last group.
Dissection protocol. 3,
Let's go.
2, 1.
Beware.
Bacterial resistance to extreme heat.
Dejura, Avalon, Mellow.
Lasers, get in the gap. Two battle res, big over, please.
Got it.
3, 2, 1.
Beware.
Resistance to extreme heat. Granting containment chamber.
Coming up on 20.
Okay, group 1.
That was Moisty Fu.
Preparing samples.
Beam middle.
3,
2, 1.
Group 2, get ready.
Dissection protocol initiated.
Frosty lays a minute.
Beware.
Bacterial resistance to extreme heat. Granting containment chamber.
Group 3, get ready.
Samples for study.
Metal.
Dachi, Boz, Nerdle.
2, 1.
3, 2, 1.
Alright, let's keep going.
Dissection protocol initiated.
Next group, get ready.
Beware.
Balls, Boom, J-Bony.
To extreme heat.
Just J-Bone.
Go.
Granting containment chamber. Surgical field image. Preparing samples for
3,
2, 1.
next group, get ready when this.
3, 2,
Big Ol's Vandal Plaguer.
dissection protocol initiated.
Beware.
Bacterial resistance to extreme heat.
Alright. Depressor. Okay, bloodlust here if we have some.
Surgical field image. Preparing
Right side.
samples
3,
2, 1.
3, 2, 1.
We're gonna kill these ass. Don't let him cast.
Dissection protocol initiated.
Beware.
Bacterial resistance to
That was a lot better.
Granting containment chamber. Surgical field image. Preparing samples for
3,
study.
2, 1.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah, I think the disease is what's our big problem here.
Dissection protocol initiated.
Beware.
Bacterial resistance to extreme heat.
What is this room at? I can't see its energy.
Containment chamber.
This
Or
last
is it
one?
her energy?
38.
38.
It's just wipe.
Surgical field image.
Yeah, let's go ahead and wipe.
Samples for
3.
study.
Might be okay delaying it by another 10.
That's what I was thinking too.
2.
That way, have last group go at 80.
Yeah.
See where we go from there.
I noticed too, if you're transitioning when the lasers come in, you need to watch before you run through, because I rolled through it into a laser immediately.
Yeah, make sure you're in the gap for the laser, because I don't think you can avoid the little ones. Like, I don't think you can actually go between them.
Not unless you got Divine Guardian.
Yeah, so you have to be in the gap for the laser.
Or one of those trolleys from Harry Potter.
Okay, can everybody see the energy on the side of the room during the fight? Like, it's a boss frame, it's not actually in the room.
My DBM pops up a little square or rectangle.
Okay, I'm using bigwigs and I don't see it actually. I have to just look at the boss frame to see their energy, but it is there.
I'd say mine with LVUI is just a completely separate boss frame.
Yeah, that's about what mine looks like too. So when I say energy, we're looking at the boss frame. The room is like counts as its own little boss. And when it gets to 100%, it fills with fire and we die, which is why we want to cross the room. Okay, but that went really well. We just got to make sure that we are getting through the gap in the beams. We lost a few people to the beams in that second room. And then we need to make sure in the last room that the ads are still getting killed and interrupted. We had 2 diseases on us from the ads managing to get their casts off in that last room.
When we go through that first room, I'll get the second ad that pops up, because it seems like there's like a gap in between when they spawn, so I'll always run.
Yeah, there's a stagger.
They go based off when you go. It's like 3 seconds after a player goes. If that makes sense.
That's good. Or good to know, I mean. Waiting for my new...
Yeah, it's just that first round of ads. After like we get past that first round of ads, then as more people come, they die like super quick.
Okay. Okay, my nude's here, I'm gonna pull. One thing to look out for is the boss's sanitizing strike. It's a cone,
5,
so when she does
4,
it, nobody should be in front of her.
3,
You're gonna get smashed.
2, 1.
Y'all got this.
Yeah, we're gonna go over at 30% now.
2, 1.
20.
Beware.
Sanitizing strike coming up. Don't be in front of the boss.
3, 2, 1.
Beware.
Resistance to extreme.
Group 1, get ready.
Boiiizz, moisty food.
Beware.
Resistance to extreme heat.
Group 2, get ready.
Frosty lays in minute.
3, 2, 1.
Beware.
Bacterial resistance to extreme heat.
Group 3, get
Dachi boss Nurdle.
Dissection protocol initiated. 2, 1. Granting energy.
Group 4, get
Basil, Boomtree, Jay.
Beware.
Bacterial resistance to extreme heat. Dissection protocol initiated.
Group 5, get ready.
Vandal Plaguer.
Beware.
Bacterial resistance to extreme heat.
And the rest.
Zero Valona. Well,
Don't forget the ads.
Yes, ads. And remember the beam. Here's the beam.
Beware.
Beams are 3,
2,
2, 1, get ready.
Pavalos, Moisty Fruit.
Beam.
Group 2, wait for laser.
Group 2. 3.
Frosty laser my nuke.
3, 2, 1. Dissection protocol initiated. Anti-containment chamber.
Group 3, get ready.
Dachi ball snurtle.
Preparing samples for study.
Beam, move.
2, 1.
2, 4, go.
Basil, Boob Dream J.
2, 1. Dissection protocol initiated. Anti-containment chamber.
Beware.
5, get ready.
Big old Vandal player.
Preparing samples for study.
Beams on the far left. Far left.
2, 1.
Get to the chopper!
3, 2,
Okay, rest of us.
1. Dissection protocol initiated.
Alright, remember, kill the ads as they come out, and let's help us and get everyone up.
3 more ads.
Beware.
Resistance to extreme heat.
Beams.
Samples for
3,
2, 1.
Get to the chopper!
3, 2, 1. Dissection protocol initiated. Anti-containment chamber.
Beware.
Resistance to extreme system.
Good job. Good job, everyone.
Return to secure
Yeah, very good job.
I think the key to those ads are staggering through and not just already.
Facility systems.
Ooh, I got a thing.
Stagger 'em by,
Proceed with caution.
What
Okay,
is
why do you
this
say that?
place?
Just curious.
Because, like I
Designation
said before, the ads,
Uldir.
there's a little
This
shadow of
research
yourself that walks
facility
through.
was designed to
to your
contain
point,
and
and it's
study
the ad.
the entity
We all go
known
through
as
it once.
Bahoon.
If you're trying to get the inner
You
representation.
have been keeping that
Yeah, you
abomination
can all grab
Okay.
my
alive.
ad too.
Why?
Yeah.
Okay.
Collection of data is imperative to combating the old gods. Bahoon's unique biology potentially holds the
Yeah,
answer
just
to
by
Alright.
like a
eliminating
second
their
even. Yeah,
threat.
and then they all walk in one by one
And
by
have
one,
you
and you can
found the
grab your own.
answer?
There's no confusion.
Negative.
That's cool.
Data inconclusive.
Alright, so for those listening and for myself in the future, when people go over, they should stagger by about a second, so it makes getting the ads easier. And then also, as a tank, I was able to just go through those beams and hardly take any damage at all.
Good to know.
I don't know if I was just lucky or if I had too much health or avoidance or what,
Located throughout the swing.
but the beams I wasn't super worried about.
Activating all consoles
As a tank.
grant access to Bahoon's vaults, where the specimen may be purged by activating
With stagger, you
the
could do it based
origination
off your
drive.
position in the raid frame. Like,
We
but I guess
have
in
a
how
plan.
that's how I call out the names. I go
Activate
from
the
top to bottom.
consoles
So
and put an end
Yeah.
to Cahoon's
Oh,
plague
and that
once
reminds me,
and for
the
all.
raid, putting everyone in their own group, like group of 3, helped a lot, at least for me.
As a healer, that helped tremendously because being in the last group, I'm like, okay, I can ignore the first two groups because they've already gone across. I can't heal them anyways. So yeah, changing the raid frames helps tremendously.
Okay, great.
Echo what he said.
Let's continue. However, we do that. I'm going to write down a note quick. So, Vatalus, if there's any trash and you know where to go ahead.
All right, guys.
What are we talking?
I'm gonna try.
For
Oh,
science.
Okay. Don't jump.
Don't jump. It's a bad idea.
It's usually the case.
I think someone pushed Vandal.
Oh, come back. Come back.
Come back.
Oh,
To
right.
the right or the left.
Onto
There's
the
stairs
outer
here.
rings.
So we're gonna do fetid next. Oh yeah, go to the right.
Can I bio while we're doing trash?
Yeah, that reminds me. Everyone, let's take a quick bathroom break. Let's go for 10 minutes, and then we can get to the trash.
Well, we kind of already started, but
After this
Oh,
one trash.
okay. Well, yeah, after the trash is dead, we'll do it.
Bad coming up, huh? That's been cool.
Run away, little girl. Run away.
Felt like it was really nice too. Whoever was calling out the groups to go over to tell the second group to wait before and let the lasers go by, then go.
All right, so we're gonna
Definitely
be right back.
helpful.
Okay, everyone, take a 10-minute break. Make sure you're not where trash can get you.
Okay, bottom of the chasm.
Yeah. Okay, 10 minutes. So, 9:40 server.
Hey, Val.
Yes.
How do you think everything's going so far as a pally?
As a pally?
Yeah, you're a pally, aren't you?
I'm a warlock.
I
Furthest
think you
from-
meant Vav.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm back. Yeah, it's going pretty good. I like it. With him being monk, it's like definitely your like super off tank ad duty guy. At least so far, you know.
Yeah, his mobility, especially on Talic, just basically means he's gonna tank it.
Yep.
Alright, so that's what I'm seeing. I don't know. See, I got Jaeger, so I got a Demon Hunter. With his mobility, he'll probably
Basically
end
the
up doing
same thing.
Exactly, yeah, I was about to say that. Exactly the exact same thing. One thing I didn't like about that last ad phase and that second boss is their health bar would spawn when they became blobs, and I would be spamming and like nothing would happen. And it wouldn't be until they fully formed, even though they already had health bars, that I could like finally truly pick them up. So it got kind of annoying.
That does sound pretty annoying.
I noticed the delay on the pickup and the aggro grab. It seemed to be pretty hectic until at least a few people got in there.
Yeah, that first crossover was pretty rough.
Did Hammer of Justice work as a stun?
Yeah.
Yep.
It did.
Y'all talking about the ads being untargetable?
Yeah.
That's frustrating. That has to be a bug.
That's why you just Blade Storm.
Yeah, like if I didn't have
It'll-
Starfall ready, I just didn't even bother casting.
Is there? I haven't seen any tank swap mechanics. It pretty much seems you got one tank that runs it and one tank that just does ads.
For those two, for sure, yeah.
Does Fetid have a tank swap?
I'm looking at that right now. I was kind of doing some quick research.
I don't think it does.
I would say I think Zekvaz, at least from what I was watching, is the first time you actually have a tank swap.
I say if I don't know what Jira wants, but if people want, I can post links to some quick videos. Like it's like a 2.5 minute video on like Fitted Devour.
Yeah, I figure I would pull a late night and do my homework and watch y'all do the raid. That way, when I gotta go in and tank, I know a little bit.
So we're this guinea pigs in this.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least
what
on
happens
normal,
when
I
you
don't
raid
think
right when
any
it
of it was
opens.
a problem. I think that second boss was more of a timing issue than getting across.
It seems like a lot of guilds have relied on the fat boss guides, and some things have changed. Because my buddy's group is struggling in heroic right now because of the changes.
I was watching those earlier today and realized they kept talking about betas. Like, oh crap, this is beta version. A lot of this is probably going to change. Like I know on the Mother fight, their videos only had the one laser in the third chamber, and it was the one that just came down and rotated.
Yep. Yeah, it'll probably be, I'm gonna guess for sure by the third week, but maybe by next week they'll have at least a normal version. Well, let's see normal heroic, right? Because usually mechanics don't change, just harder.
Yeah, I think at least for Antorus, they did normal heroic videos and then a separate series for Mythic.
Yeah, I did notice. I was watching a stream earlier when they was doing Mother on heroic. There's a second set of lasers that go up and down, along with side to side. So on heroic, that's also going to be another thing you're going to have to watch in that fight. And it spawns circles on the ground that you have to stand in. That way you're on the up and down lasers.
So what I'm seeing on this one, it's just that we have to share like a hit. So I'm gonna be standing with them up in the front.
What's going to be really fun to see is LFR Mother.
I don't think it'll be possible. I mean, it will eventually, but early on, there's just way too much coordination that needs to go on.
I would say they basically have to nerf the entire mechanics of the whole fight in order to do it.
There'll be no damage.
Watch them just get rid of the rooms, and it's just one big room that they just dodge lasers.
They
I
might
could see
actually
that.
do that.
There's no way.
And then they'll just have ads casually spawn. They'll be like, here, kill these ads.
Or just add. Just one.
Looking at general chat in Uldir, I'm thinking a turtle made it to the water is going to be the next Thunder Fury.
What do you mean gonna be? I'm pretty sure it already is.
Definitely is.
Yeah, I stand corrected.
I can't wait for the next raid where it's all underwater and we have to fight those tens of billions of turtles we've released into the ocean.
Oh, thank God. I'll be so happy.
Oh, the irony.
I would be so happy.
I've only
Well,
let 12
that's the-
make it to the water, so I'm okay.
That's the way they usually do it. Is we do something in one raid that actually like triggers the next or something. So I could totally see them having like a massive turtle fight in the next raid.
So there is a tank swap in this one coming up. It's actually pretty cool. I haven't seen the mechanic in a while. I guess I haven't been done yet. So main tank is tanking, and so he does a move that's gonna do like a crazy hit on the person closest to the tank. So that's gonna be the option. So the active tank doesn't need to mitigate it, only the off tank does. So the off tank mitigates every single one until you run out of cooldown. I'm a paladin, I got cooldown fucking plenty. So as soon as I'm done able to tank or to mitigate those, then we switch. I actively tank because that hit's not gonna hit me anymore, it's gonna hit him. Then he mitigates until he can mitigate, so he's done mitigating. And we just go back and forth.
That's pretty cool.
That does sound interesting.
It's pretty much just a mitigate swap, so the off tank's just going to pop all his damage reduction until he has enough.
And however, it can be immune via Bop and Divine Shield. Wow.
Oh wow, bro. Pallies are going to be strong here.
Alright, call for a Bop, I got you. Oh, you know what? I'll tank one too. I'll fucking like I'll be next to him and I'll Divine Guardian.
I'd say we got 3 pallies.
This is a pally boss fight right here. Mitigation for days.
I can't wait
We went to that BOGO sale, you know?
I can't wait till Zool when it's the priest fight all the way. I'm like, yes.
Oh yeah. Leap of faith.
Well,
BOGO, is that buy one get out?
Yeah, I was trying to come up with something clever, but I couldn't come up. Yeah, we'll go with that.
Everybody back.
I wonder what the different the increments or whatever for each thrash. Because like if you use, like, depending on the timing, this is use active mitigation, which obviously is going to be the shield righteousness, but maybe if you use like ardent first, like time it so that like you use like an ardent, maybe like a shield, and then you try to like time it out to where you can maybe get the ardent back. I don't know.
Oh, it is
Warriors
2 minutes, so
Black Up too. I mean, Warriors can just spam that nonstop.
Like maybe choose the first one with Divine Shield because it's like the longest timer.
you could probably, yeah, I would start UL. Yeah, that's where I would start.
Alright, I'm full trash.
Yeah, I reckon you could do like Guardian.
Yeah, I'll throw Guardian in there too, but like maybe start with the 2 longest ones and then work my way down to the shortest ones.
See, the way I'm set up is Guardian's my 5. So you could Guardian and then 2 shields, Cinder.
I like that idea. Like, yeah, starting Guardian, then doing Shield, then doing Ardent, and then start doing Shield of Righteousness, and then see where that gets you.
Can we?
I'm scared.
Can we put the groups back to?
Oh yeah. Sorry, I thought I did that before I left.
No, you're good.
You started to.
Oh yeah, I completely forgot all about Shield of Righteousness. Yeah, that's 3 separate charges of mitigation.
have to wait till this ad is dead. I guess you can't change groups while you're in combat.
Oh, my bad.
That's alright, I didn't know that.
Minus 50 DKP.
Speaking of DKP, that reminds me, in the Drunken Oak we're using an add-on called Personal Loot Helper. It just helps, if you get some gear that you don't need, it helps people roll on it if you want to give it away. But my point is, since they switched from Master Looter to just the personal loot, I am not requiring anyone to give loot to someone else. You know, if it's better for your spec or if it's got better stats and you want to keep it, then I'm not going to force you to trade it away. If you want to be nice and help out someone else in the raid, that would be cool, but, you know, like I said, if it's better stats for you and you want it, then keep it.
Everyone have that personal loot helper?
Yeah, that's the one.
I don't think we need to kill those, do we? There's not a door up there.
No, there's not a door up there, no.
Yeah, they're guarding a wall.
That means
Hey, man.
somebody's knocking.
They're trying to troll you, see if you go up there or not.
Yeah, what is up there? Just a dead end.
The fixed I win button.
There's a little note that you read it and says, "Ha, we got you."
Made you look.
Run away, little girl! Run away, little girl! Run away. Run away, little girl! Run away, little girl! Run away.
So does that mean they don't have like any loot on trash now?
I think there's still VOEs.
So I think it'll just drop like.
Yeah, it'll just be for you personally.
Yeah, it was the same with Legion. It was personal loot already.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't raid very much in Legion.
What is this creature? It appears as if it were once a lower.
Observation accurate. This facility has run numerous experiments on Loa to research solutions.
Jesus, that's ugly.
for old god
I just saw the same thing.
Tests focused on the ability of Gahoon's corruption to reanimate expired tissue. Results were inconclusive, and specimens were destroyed.
They'll probably make this tameable
seem to have
by
missed
hunters
one.
pretty soon.
Is anybody like
Oh, shit.
reading the talking head dialogue that goes along with this?
I was sort of listening to it, but I didn't really understand it.
Say this is basically a genetic experiment on Loa that didn't get purged when it failed.
They mushed some Loa together.
Yeah. Always a good idea, just jam some stuff together.
See what sticks.
This is annoying trash.
How about try resetting them?
Yeah, you want to try? Run out the room, maybe? Just to see.
Oh, one of them's touching me. It's touching me.
Or did you mean reset the box?
I don't know, maybe you can pull the ad and run out of the room, keep the ads, and reset the boss.
We just have a range keep pulling this when he pats back.
Yeah.
Is that a hunter's job?
I got you guys. I'll do it.
What just happened?
We probably could pull up into
I brought friends.
individual
both packs?
rooms too.
Yeah, I do both.
Yeah. So hopefully resetting the boss will make him stop patrolling around.
Nope. Back up, back up.
Whoa. Ouch.
Of course, I get incapacitated right between 3 of the thrashing raptors.
It's raptors.
Alrighty, Fetid Devourer. Tank swap on Thrashing Terror and Terrible Thrash. So I think he does 3 Thrashing and then 1 Terrible, and then we switch. Does that sound?
Okay, so yeah, so every 4th attack, he does like an extra hit.
Terrible Thrash, I think.
Yeah. So on the close. Yeah. So basically, the ability is that he does a 4th attack every hit, and that attack is Terrible Thrash. So we were talking about it like in Break. It's that he does it on the other target, so that whoever's closest. So the active tank shouldn't get hit by this. So it's gonna hit me standing next to you. So the idea is we don't taunt after 1. I can mitigate the hell out of all these attacks, at least the first like 5, because I can Divine Shield the first, or we're doing Guardians the first one, Divine Shielding the second one, and then going on from there, Ardening, and then I'll start doing like Shield of Righteousness. I don't know the frequency of these attacks, so we can kind of gauge from there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know him either. So I guess I'll main tank him and I'll take the 3, whatever, the Thrashing, and then the 4th ones are going to hit you. And then I guess we'll just decide when or if we need to taunt.
Yeah, so I think it's when I'm expelled of like, or exhausted all my options. At that point, yeah, then I taunt, and then you can do what you can do, and then go from there, I guess.
Okay.
Call for a bomb.
Yeah. Okay. For everyone else, if you can look around this room where we just pulled the trash from, there's like 3 little alcoves on each side. Throughout the fight, 2 of those alcoves are going to become active, and I think they're right across from each other. So when they become active, they start pouring down this sludge. It's called, I don't know, I can't remember what it's called, waste disposal or something. If you stand in the waste disposal, you're going to get a stacking healing debuff on you, and it hurts, so do not stand in that. However, when the waste disposal is finished, it's going to spawn 2 little pimples in them. I believe 1 for each side. And those pimples are going to sit there and try to cast something, and if they finish their cast, they're going to get eaten by the boss and healed for 10%. So obviously we need to interrupt the pimples, and we have to kill them. There's also Rotting Regurgitation, which is just a cone attack that the boss is going to fire every 100% energy. I'm sure he's going to aim it at the raid or something. So we'll try and call out Rotting Regurgitation, just get out of the way of the boss's cone. Healers, there's something called malodorous miasma that random people are going to get debuffed with. It's the same thing that happens if you stand in the sludge, but there's also going to be just going out on the raid occasionally. You can't dispel it. When it finishes, it turns into putrid paroxysm or something like that, which hits much harder, but it's also not dispellable. So you just need to watch out. If someone's got a debuff, they're about to start taking some damage.
Yeah, it's like spot heal for the 18 seconds, and then when it turns to the serious one, like they're gonna need some serious healing for 6 seconds.
Yep, exactly. Also, there's a feast down here, if nobody saw it. I'm probably the only one who didn't see it. Okay, so just to recap, 2 of the alcoves are going to become active. Don't stand in the junk that's coming out of them. When they're done, kill the pimples that are in them and interrupt the pimples. Watch out for rotting regurgitation, which I'll try to call out. It's just a cone attack. And healers, watch out for malodorous debuff. The boss is going to enrage at 50%, but he's also going to start taking 50% more damage. So that's when we want a bloodlust.
What do you want lust?
When he rages.
What was that, 50%?
Yeah.
What do?
At least I hope it's 50% on normal. That maybe it's like the first boss where it's off.
It says, I'm just looking at the tank thing. Prepared for damage increase due to fetid frenzy. That's at 50% health.
Are we
okay?
Are we even split melee range ish?
I believe we were on our roster. I haven't.
To make it easier, the Fat Boss video recommends having the melee go to whichever pimple's closest, and then having the ranged go to the farther one, with the exception of if a pimple spawns right on him, having everyone kind of focus that one down, since he doesn't have to go run over to it to eat it, you know?
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
In the Fat Boss video, the waste disposal or whatever didn't do anything. It was just indicating that the pimple was spawning. If it throws the debuff on us, we're going to want to move out of it and bring the boss with us, so he won't be right on top of one of the pimples.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right.
Why does this boss eat boils?
Yeah.
Why does he have 3 heads and looks like ass?
Okay, so like they said, we're going to split the melee. If there's a pimple close to the boss, the melees are going to go on that, and the further one is going to be the ranged, and if there's one right under him, everyone's going to be on that.
Hey, Jur, is it cool if I mark us as tanks so we know it's easier for one of these stack mechanics? It's easier for...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, go ahead. I usually do that, but I didn't think about it. Okay. Home in 10 seconds.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Four, 3, 2, 1.
Beware.
Regurgitation, look out.
Holy shit.
Alright, that's good. That was the cone attack.
That's in 5 seconds.
5,
4, 3. 2. Ready to kill the pimple? 1.
We gotta kill that one on top of him.
Yes, everyone focus this one right behind the boss.
2, 1.
Remember to interrupt.
Beware.
Think this one now. You got.
Yep. Okay, there should be one more head.
There is.
That's right.
Yes, it's right. Somebody interrupted.
I don't think it'd be interrupted, they just have to die.
Cool, and it pops.
3, 2, 1.
Beware.
Come.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Got ads.
Plus, plus, plus.
There's a far ad. We got to get it ranged.
4,
Oh, yeah,
3,
get that.
2, 1.
Beware.
Watch out for the breath. Get the tanks up, get the tanks up.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Beware.
Did we lust?
No.
Yeah.
Compared to the other bosses, it's just pretty easy.
4, 3, 2.
Keep them up. Keep
1.
2 pimples on the far.
Get boss, stay on boss, stay on boss.
3, 2, 1.
Beware.
Yeah, it's such a pretty long cast. And he's almost dead.
Oh, that was easy.
Woo!
That cone breath is hard as hell to dodge when you're on the other side of the room.
Fucking A.
You can actually stagger the hell out of that.
That was really easy.
Stagger what?
I said you were staggering the hell out of those hits, man. You were taking like a good amount of those hits.
Yeah, I was gonna say I almost felt better as an off tank there.
Reestablishing energy matrix.
Yeah, maybe next time.
Stagger
try
OP.
it that way. Yeah, stagger is open. But, yeah.
How did the mitigation go?
It went
Pretty
fine for
good.
me. I was taking pretty big hits on the when I was main tanking. Like I ended up having to use my Ardent on myself the second time, but yeah, it just seemed like he was taking those hits like a champ, like just with stagger alone.
Was it magic or physical damage?
I think physical.
Yeah, that'd be one.
My rolling thing won't stop rolling.
Okay, let's head to Zekbaz.
Yeah, first look at that boss, I definitely didn't expect it to be that easy.
Guys, for any plate wearers, Foo Fighters giving away his hands. Just roll.
Doesn't he need those to hold things?
No, that's what you got legs for.
Oh.
Okay, Zekbaz is on the opposite side of where we are now. I'm gonna say Vectus is.
I would say
the one we
Vectus
take.
is just on the way, so.
He's a pretty hard one, or he looks hard. Kind of a DPS check.
I think I forgot to turn my auto log on. Or is there anybody running logs right now? Or taking logs?
I think I am if my add-on's working. And it's not. Now I am.
I don't want to walk through that goop.
Many deals for a friend of the Grummles, like you. Good fortune to our friends.
Seriously, my bonus roll window just won't go away. It just keeps on rolling.
Did you try to reload your eye?
No.
Maybe that'll do.
Yeah, I was so focused on the ads, I didn't even notice we were in lust range already.
That's alright.
Oh, nailed it down so quickly, too. I mean, I couldn't imagine if you would have lusted when you needed to.
There was a lot of tank damage on that fight.
Oh yeah, I was.
there
I was
was.
watching the stream. He was taking some serious tank damage.
Oh, thank God it's gone.
I recommend too is Pally, like, it's, you need to do it like at like the third hit, like, because after the third hit, it, with the GCD, like, it's just not quick enough. Like, it just, you need to do it like that one before. Maybe even the second one. I know when I popped Guardians, it was good for 2 of them. I know that for sure.
I think for myself, I need to have that talent that lets me refill my brews, because I was out of them almost the whole fight. I was using them on cool.
Did you pop Ardent at all?
Yeah, I did. I popped it as a third one. I had it back up again, but at that point, I was thinking myself I had to use it for myself, so I put a lot of damage. I could almost see with him being a monk, probably cheesing like 2 of them with Guardians and Divine Shield, and then leaving your Ardent, like go ahead and swap at that point, and then if he can stagger pretty well from that point, then just keep Ardent for myself and my shields for myself. That took a lot more damage than I thought, like main tanking.
Yeah, it nearly one-shot you. Nearly.
I'm sure it'll improve with gear.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, and I'm pretty geared too, so I was kind of taken back how hard I got hit. I think it was one of those times where I was just like late on the mitigation and that being death, not fight easy.
Okay, this is the room for Vectus, which we are not doing right now. We'll do him after we kill Zekvav.
That could have been me.
Okay, you can keep holding Babalist. I'm just gonna write something down quick.
Curiosity kills the cat.
No, it was talking. Someone went up the pillar or up the stairs.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Curiosity kills the cat.
Looks like Blue Tree may have disconnected, and Bigglesworth has something to come up quick, but he'll be back in a minute. Okay. Try and kill these living infection ads and try to interrupt them because they spawn more of them, so...
Now entering the data vault. This is a comprehensive collection of Titan knowledge. These disks currently contain 15 megabytes of biological data
for a second,
on
so I
known
can.
life forms throughout the
As soon as I log in, it's kicking me back out again.
When she said data vaults, I thought she said Dinobots.
That's what I thought she said.
Alright, I kicked you. Just send me a whisper when you're ready to come back in.
Okay.
Seems like these scarabs are just going to target anyone.
This raid reminds me a little bit of Old War.
Well, they are both Titan constructs.
Yeah. I like
who fights us?
Oh. My Alexa decided to start playing some rap music.
Now his.
Do you have speakers or do you use headphones?
I use headphones, so it must have been something I said.
Damn it, if you had speakers, I was gonna scream something to Alexa.
I'm back in. I just whispered you.
Oh, okay. Okay, this dude is not the boss, so we'll hold him to. After this guy's dead, can we have one of the warlocks put down the summon stone, please?
Sure thing.
totally thought that was the boss. Like, he's so tiny though.
20%, burn him, burn him. I bet you he's like 3 times the size.
That's what I thought. I was like, wait a minute, wasn't he destroying the capital city? He looks a lot bigger then.
It's also a different boss.
Oh, is it not the same guy?
Yeah, you're thinking of Mithrax the Unraveler, which is the second to last one.
Oh,
yeah, that looks awesome.
It does look similar.
Yeah, he's talking about the guy that drops my weapon.
Look, it's a remake of the guy from AQ.
Looks like Kolbach.
It's also almost a lot like a Garelon in Heart of Fear.
Oh, I remember like when Garelon first came out, dude. That guy was rough.
Is everything gonna have tentacles in this expansion?
Yeah, man.
Okay. So this is Zekvaz, and this guy is pretty complicated. He is a 3-phase fight. First off, simplest thing, Titan Spark is just gonna be damage from a room. It's something that can't be avoided. So it's something that healers are gonna have to look out for. I don't think it does very much in the first phase, but in the second phase, the third phase, it starts to ramp up. So again, nothing we can do to avoid that damage. Void Lash is a never mind, that's a tank step.
We're still rolling. That one side lane, he's
Okay, this boss has an energy bar. Every 100% energy, he's going to do something called Surging Darkness. It is, I think, a series of 2 big, huge shadow circles on the floor, and you need to get out of them. You have a couple seconds to move, I think, but you should still, don't stand in them. And they're like in a ring or something.
Clear for option number 2, Samurai 603 Romeo.
Dog's digging, one sec.
North to 7 left at all times for right now. Air 1 run. I'm sorry, Air 2 run. I'm sorry, Air 2.
Yeah, he's in the construction zone, part 95 south of Bevel now, taking out cones.
Okay, yeah. Surging Darkness, big huge shadow circle on the floor, don't stand in it. Next up, in the first phase, there's going to be an I-beam that targets random players. You're going to get a little shadow circle around you. You have to get away from other people. If someone else is in your circle when you get beamed, it's going to chain to them and the damage is going to ramp up. After that, there's, also the first phase, there's going to be Silhouette Warriors, just little ads, bring them to the boss, and we'll AoE them down with the boss. Phase 2 starts at 65%. The I-beams and the ads are going to disappear.
Lakeside Apartments is pulling into. Backside of Lakeside Apartments.
Sorry, this dog's digging.
Alright, driver's exiting.
And it's loud.
Can't tell him. Switch to Fleer. Alright, he's running through the complex.
Phase 2. The I-beam and the skeletons are going to disappear, but there's going to be a Nerubian Void Weaver spawn. We need to kill them, and they can and should be interrupted. Then there's going to be Roiling Deceit, which is a debuff that affects random people. When the debuff falls off, it's going to spawn a cloud, and if anybody walks through that cloud, it's going to spawn an ad. So even if you, the person who dropped it, walk back through that cloud on your way back to the boss, it is going to spawn an ad.
So should we just stand in it?
No, like it'll fall off and then you get out of it immediately. But if you walk back through it on your way back, it's going to spawn an ad.
Oh. Yeah, if you guys split between those apartment complexes right there.
Okay, in the back of the room I've put up a moon marker. We're going to try and aim for there for the, what is it called? A Roiling Deceit debuff. That's the one that spawns the ad. If you get that on you, run it back to the moon. Do not enter anybody else's little circle that's already there. And then just run back when it falls off. Phase 3 starts at 30%. There's going to be no more ads and no more clouds. The Titan Spark damage is going to ramp up. That's the one that just you can't avoid. And there's going to be something called an Orb of Corruption, which needs to be intercepted by somebody. the person who intercepts the orb is going to get increased damage and health and healing, I think, for a certain amount of time, and then they get mind controlled. When they're mind controlled, everyone needs to switch to them, and they need to interrupt whatever they're casting, or it's going to fear us, and the mind control is going to break.
Mind control breaks when they die, by the way. So it's a that like we kill them.
Oh, I thought that was only heroic.
That's like the soft enrage mechanic here.
Yeah, the soft enrage is we have to use that to kill him before we get killed by our own mind controls.
Before we all die, yeah.
Yeah, so I think we at that point we just focus. We keep focusing boss.
All right.
I think.
Yeah.
Don't quote me on
It's like playing volleyball. The ball will just keep getting knocked up. The person intercepts it and it goes up there. Another DPS hits it. You get the buff and you burn the boss before we die.
All right. So we'll just trade people who haven't had it yet and kill them before everyone's mind controlled.
Lust phase 3.
Yes, phase 3 for Lust. That's about 30% health, I think.
I might have missed it. Did we talk about Surging Darkness?
Yeah, the little shadow circles, right?
Oh yeah.
For the huge ones, I guess.
Well, yeah, it's like what was it one empty center, and then one with like a gap in between the two circles, and then one where you stay on the outside. If that made any sense.
Yeah, I think I get it because I've seen it, but for everyone else, you're just gonna have to pay attention and don't stand in the shadow rings. There is a pattern to it. I think if you stay from like the mid to close range, it's easiest to dodge. But don't quote me on that. Put on your gun shoes. Okay, tank swap quick. He's gonna do the Might of the Void, which is kind of like Tashalak's technique, I guess. How do you want to do that? Do you want to just switch after the 3 spells?
That, or if you want to do after the shatter, I think he's supposed to do like this, the lash. I don't know how many lashes. Then he shatters and then he lashes one more time.
I think it's lash, shatter, lash.
Okay. So do you want to see if you can just want to do it all and then switch afterwards, or do you want to switch after the shatter?
Let's see if we can each take it all. So we'll switch after the second Void Lash, I think.
Cool. Sounds good. We can do that.
For everyone else, Void Lash is a cone in front of the boss, so you should not be in front of him when he's doing that. I don't think there's too much movement on this fight aside from moving through the rings. Like the boss himself is not moving, I should say.
We're gonna face him backwards. I think he's like we're gonna put his face to where his butt is.
Yeah. All right, so it's definitely a more complicated fight, but it really boils down to run your clouds back to the moon, kill the ads and interrupt the ads, and don't stand in the surging darkness. So we'll give it a shot and see where we can improve. I'm going to pull the boss to about right where I'm standing now. Oops, and then do that twice.
So you're gonna pull him way back to where his face is facing the entrance, like over here, or?
No, I was gonna pull him where he is now. I'm gonna pull him to me.
Oh, okay.
And then we'll run the clouds back to the moon.
Cool.
Okay, pulling it in.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Lesser creatures must serve or die.
Three, two, one.
Start to swatch the floor.
Eradicated.
watch the ivy.
Yeah, outside.
Kill the ads. Darkness, watch your close.
Eradicated!
Ads are up. If you have an ad on you, try to bring them under the boss or near the boss. And then everyone AoE them death.
Get that arrow out.
Phase 2 soon. Oh, I thought so.
Should be soon. Okay.
Interrupt.
3, 2, 1.
Remember, if you get roiling seed on you, move it to the back and don't step in the cloud.
You will be eradicated!
Watch the floor. Ads are up. Focus. Interrupt. We have 2 battle rests up, so let's get the 2 fighter up.
Big ass.
You will be eradicated!
Okay, that big ad is from running through the clouds, so just make sure you watch the cloud.
Well, what was the cloud?
Focus small land.
She's asking for a question.
I didn't hear you, Kadoosh. Remember, careful with the clouds in the back.
Swap now.
Did I miss a taunt?
Yeah, fuck.
Sorry.
Beware.
30%.
Catch the balls.
3, 2, 1.
Okay, somebody catch this ball in front of the ball.
It'll bounce whatever we are aiming
Someone catch it. Nice.
Interrupt Minute, don't let him cast Psionic Blast. Oh, it did free him.
One shot. Nice shot, folks.
You will be eradicated.
Awesome. Very good job, everyone.
Wow. Three bosses one-shotted.
Awesome.
Yep. Okay, so we still have half an hour left before 11, so let's give Vectus a try.
Facility safeguards.
Hey, does anybody know if they ran through the cloud? Because that thing spawned right after I was back there, but I didn't think I ran through the cloud. And I'm not trying to call anyone out, but I just want to make sure I knew the mechanic for next time.
Maybe somebody rogered up to it. Boss did.
All right, no big deal, I guess.
Yeah.
It was me on that.
That's alright.
We can put some attempts into what's his face.
Yeah, Vectus, I think, is next.
I was trying to pad with the ad.
It worked.
I just realized you can mount up in here.
If anybody wants some 355
Now entering the viral ecology ring. This laboratory contains thousands of the most dangerous viral strains in the known cosmos, alphabetically sorted for ease of access.
I have many wares.
Breached. Contaminated specimen approaching. Risk of infection imminent.
Oh, it's something from Ghoulies.
Oh wait, just kidding, I can't trade it. I'm sorry.
Oh, I thought he was gonna kill the trash for us. No, he just made it harder.
Quotable trash or not?
Oh, those things have a lot of health.
Yeah, go ahead and pull the trash. I'm just writing.
They're getting goop on us.
making me pull one down.
I forgot to ask, was y'all able to solo the Tech Life ability that last boss had?
Yeah, that worked really well. Just each tank took all 3 hits and then they switched. Didn't have any problems with it.
Did you have to use a lot of mitigation, or was it rather easy?
I had to purify off the second hit, the shatters, so that hits pretty hard. But it wasn't, you know, crazier than most bosses.
Yeah, it's the middle one that hits hard, it's the shatter.
Yeah. So yeah, not very much trouble. We could easily take all 3 hits on the swap.
Seems like a pretty easy mechanic-wise.
It's definitely easier than
Pally,
Faithful.
I did Argent for the first round. Second round, I did Guardian. And then I just barely had, like, I was like a second or so. So if I would have popped my Ardent the first time, maybe like a second sooner, I would have had it for the 3rd time.
Good to know. Well, if it comes down to it and I don't have it, I could always pop a few with my shield, right?
Yeah, usually like you'll need it just to act. Like I use the shields for the in between, like the one before and one after.
Wait, did I hear correctly? Did we break him out of MC?
Yeah, they broke it 50% damage.
Huh. Maybe it is only heroic or mythic. I don't know.
I think mythic for sure. You kill him or something. Somebody death grip her back a little. Let's see. There you go. Thank you.
I mean the 1 DK.
Yeah. I don't know. I thought we had 2 or something.
Hey, Moisty, your name is somebody.
Most people probably prefer to say that than Moisty.
Okay, we have one person who needs to relog because they're stuck in combat from the mind control, so if anyone else needs to do that, go ahead. Okay, so I actually did not write notes for this guy because I didn't think we'd get past Zach Vaz so quickly. So I'm going to pull up some notes.
Faith.
Yeah, I'm going to pull up some notes from that Boomtree was nice enough to give me.
Well, I don't feel confident on a boss that has an asshole for a face. It kind of looks like the creature from Monster in the Closet.
I don't think I've seen it.
It's an old trauma film.
Mallow put down a feast. Thank you very much, Mallow.
Yeah, I'm getting ready for our raid Friday. I'm farming up feast. I got about 45 of them right now.
Oh my gosh.
How much did you pay for all that midnight salmon?
I've been fishing it.
Man, you got lucky. I think I've got maybe 15 midnight salmon.
Well, that's, you know, fishing 4 or 5 hours, 6 hours a day.
Yeah, the best time is at night too, from like 6 p.m. to 6 a.m.
Early morning's really good too. I don't know if there's not a lot of people fishing and it raises the rate or what, but early morning's real good.
Yeah, I like going fishing early in the morning too.
Okay, this is just to check and make sure everyone's logged back in after logging out. And then I will read Boom's notes here on Vectus. Okay, phase 1, mutagenic pathogen is applied to the tanks. Debuff will time out and bounce to the nearest person applying Omega Vector. Omega Vector is applied for 10 seconds and bounces again. There will be
Can
a
we
high
not
stack.
keep it?
What's that?
I just wanted to ask, can we not keep it from bouncing? Is it inevitable?
I think it is inevitable.
Yeah, it's inevitable and it's a permanent debuff.
Yeah, throughout the whole fight.
This is the worst day ever.
When Omega Vector bounces, it applies a lingering infection, which stacks. This increases the damage taken by contagion. You need to move out of the group when you're targeted by Gestate. When Gestate happens, you need to nuke the ad as it applies a healing absorb shield on the raid. So Gestate spawns an ad. If you get Gestate on you, move out of the group, and everyone else needs to kill it.
I think I saw the strategy for Fat Boss videos they did, like everybody stack up, kind of like a Varamathras, and whoever gets the debuff runs to a marker just outside of the group, and that way also, if you get too many stacks of the lingering infection, you can just kind of take a step out of the group so you're not the one that the infection jumps to whenever it times out.
Okay. So let's have everyone stack on Skull. And what do you think? Is this far enough? The X back here?
I'd say you're probably a little too far there.
Okay.
Probably right about where Frosty's standing.
All right. So if you get Gestate on you, move there.
And then if you can't take any more lingering infections, just step out to the left here so you're not the closest one when it times out.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Whenever the Omega Vector times out, it just jumps to the closest person. So if somebody gets, say, like 5 more stacks than the rest of the raid, they can just take a step out to the left here to ensure that they don't get any more. Kind of help spread it out a little bit more evenly.
Okay. So we'll want to spread around the lingering infection, which I think is what Omega Vector causes. So if you're pretty low on lingering infection, try and get it yourself. Okay, phase 2, the boss turns into a pool. It says, don't stand it or you get lingering infection stacks. And then the note says, the healing is nuts here. So healers, watch out for that. During phase 2, after the boss turns into a pool, there's going to be something called Blood Geyser, which says is fast-moving red lines. They do damage and do the lingering infection, so don't stand in the red lines. And then Hypergenesis, circles that one player needs to soak.
I just thought of something. In phase 2, we can just beat this boss with a ShamWow.
That'd be perfect.
Nice.
All right, so Vavelus, do we taunt on every mutagenic pathogen?
It looks like it's every 2 to 3 stacks of evolving affliction.
This is not my fault.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna have you
I would
focus.
say, isn't it?
Then...
Good day,
Once
ladies and gentlemen,
the
and
tank debuff
welcome
drops
to that
off that the
Dandy
Omega Vector
Preacher.
is
We
created.
are going to play our Resto Druid.
Oh, so it might be a good idea
because
to
there's
get
so-
more,
We
or as
go
many stacks as we
wrong,
can
I
handle,
ask.
maybe?
Yeah, I think
There it
that's
is. We're
the
in,
more
we're
stacks
in.
you can take as a tank, the
Sup,
fewer
fellas?
Omega Vectors the raid gets.
King's
Okay.
Rest sounds fun, doesn't it? Come on.
Yeah, I guess we'll
definitely
just
want
kind of
something
feel it out and see how
horrible,
many
though,
we can
because
take.
You guys will never forgive me. A 3-4-5 leader, sign me up.
All right, well, let's give this a try, because I
We want to hear.
I don't have any
King's
notes, so I'm
Rest.
going off someone else's
King's Rest
wishes.
sounds fun, doesn't it? Come on.
difficult for me to envision.
3-4-5 leader.
Or
How
to
could
visualize
we
in my
go
head.
wrong?
So let's give it a try and see what needs to change.
There it is. We're in. We're in.
What's it? Hold on. On the
sure.
The Mega Vector debuffs.
You really?
So you're saying like the? I don't see anything that the tank creates the Mega Vectors, but I guess we'll find out.
From these notes I'm reading, it says mutagenic pathogen is applied to the tanks, and the debuff will time out and bounce to the nearest person applying a Mega Vector.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So yeah, like someone said, when the tank debuff falls off is when it applies a Mega Vector to the raid.
Gotcha. That makes sense. Okay, cool. Yeah, you're good.
Okay, can we get some buffs, please? Sorry, were you going to say something?
Oh no, someone asked, are we soaking plague bombs or letting the ads spawn? And it's like, oh, we're definitely soaking them.
Yeah. Okay, we
that's a
will
tank.
give it a try.
That's a tank. Soaking those?
That's
I think
anybody.
it's anyone.
Okay.
It only
And
needs
it's just
one, I
one
believe.
person.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
It's okay. Alright, pulling 10 seconds.
5.
I'll take him
4,
first and I'll
3,
just tell you when to talk.
2, 1.
Consume husks.
3, 2, 1.
Stun with gestate.
Everybody needs to switch to that ad.
You might want to talk.
2, 1.
Gestate on Vandal.
Is this the one we move for?
No, you Mega Vector, you stay stacked.
1.
Whenever you're full up.
Sweet.
2, 1.
Get to the chopper!
Beware.
Okay, liquefy. Don't step in the puddle. And one person needs to soak each bomb. Don't hit those lines on the floor. Hands up. Pick up the ads. Got half a red bit. Half a red bit.
1.
Right for infection.
Okay, I think we can probably wipe at this point. Okay, what was the thing that we move out for?
So
I thought it was gestate, but that seemed to be instant.
yeah, it's an instant stun.
1.
So maybe whoever gets gestated the whole raid is supposed to move off of them?
So you're saying if you get gestated, you're stunned?
Yeah, like it happened to me just now, and it was an instant stun. I couldn't move.
Okay.
Yeah, you're supposed to stun them. Yeah, it stuns them and deals shadow damage to them, splashing damage to any other players within 5 yards over 5 seconds.
Okay, so if someone gets gestate, everyone else needs to move to the marker. And then we kill the ad that spawns.
It says as the raid is quite clumped up, players need to quickly identify who's affected with gestate and simply move 5 yards away from them while maintaining the affected group.
We could just rotate around the boss instead of moving out for melee.
Yep. All right, I'll say, just for now, just so no one's confused, let's say the person who gets gestate, they're going to be instantly stunned, so they're going to be on skull marker or near it, and everyone else needs to move away, preferably toward
Get
this
upset. Look
red
at my
marker.
bags. Oh,
Then when the ad
he's
spawns,
swimming
we can
in
kill it and move back. So even though melee has to move away from the boss, you're going to switch to the ad pretty soon anyway.
Also, it doesn't look like there's a cast timer. It says it's an instant ability, so I'm not sure. Did anybody, did DBM or Bigwig say like who was gonna get gestated before it actually?
It was telling me who was going to get gestated.
Okay, cool. Just wondering.
It told me who did, but
yeah, didn't tell me
it's just
before.
whoever
Tell
gets
me.
gestated, we have to move out as fast as we can because they're going to be splashing the damage within.
Yeah, it's an instant cast, so he's gonna turn, pick somebody, cast it right away. So I don't think there's gonna be telegraphing of gestate until it actually hits them.
So this fight gives us 0 wiggle room.
Right.
So we can just, when we see gestate is cast, then, well, if that person's stunned, they're not gonna be able to move anyway. So as soon as we see gestate, we'll just move regardless.
Yeah. So whenever gestate comes out, everyone should move toward the red marker, and a couple seconds later, the person who got gestated is going to spawn an ad, and at that point, we can move back and kill the ad.
Ooh.
All right, let's try it again. Going in 10.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Fresh hosts!
Alright, everyone stack up as close as you can on the skull marker. And wait. Oh.
I'm gonna tunnel on 3.
Yeah. Oh, I'm at 3.
2, 1.
That's okay. Tell me when you're at 3.
3, 2, 1.
It's behind you, so just stay on skull. It's behind you. I had Omega Vector, so I moved up.
Three, 2, 1.
3, 2, just ain't move out. Watch the floor for the bloodline.
Ripe for infection.
everyone stack up back on Skull.
There's an ad back here.
Oh, kill the ad.
1.
Look out, that just ate.
Those lines are hard to dodge.
Yeah, those things are fast as hell.
I found you can see them form just before they shoot out.
3, 2, 1.
Watch the main puddle. See the line form up like a wave.
I think I noticed the same thing.
Also, on the ad, like whoever's not thinking it, just taunt it so that it can come underneath the boss.
I actually didn't realize until just now that it could be taunted.
3.
Or tainted.
That's cool. Yeah, I just realized that last one, so yeah.
Alright, let's give it one more try and then we'll come back tomorrow if we don't get it.
What's the deal with Omega Vector? One more time, please.
I have many
It's just a
lucky
permanent
goose,
debuff
like.
that
It like spreads around the rate to the closest person, I think.
Okay, I see. So you're... Alright.
So you just stay stacked, but then if you get too many stacks of it, and you'll be able to see, you should have a little box that says how many stacks everyone's at, and if you're like at 6 while everyone's at 2, then you want to move slightly away from everybody. That way, you know, everyone else is getting stacks, and you just stay at your stacks.
Cool, got it.
yeah, so when you get it, you don't need to move out or anything. It's just if you get too many stacks, try and stay slightly separated.
Okay, if somebody didn't hear it when Foo Fighter was saying it in the fight, those bloodlines are hard to avoid, but if you look at the blood pool where the boss is, you can see them start to form and where they're going to shoot towards. So keep an eye on the pool and you'll know where the bloodlines are coming out. Okay, yeah, like Boomtree said, spread out from the pool. The further away, you don't want to get super far away, but if you're right next to it, it's going to be hard to dodge. One person in the circle, those plague bomb circles. And I think you can take 2 in a row. I didn't see any... I got a debuff from it, but it was only 6 seconds long. Alright, we'll give it one last try, see if we can improve a little, and then we'll come back fresh tomorrow.
Do you want us to start to push a little more?
Yeah, go ahead. Wait like 5 seconds for me to turn the boss around first.
No problem.
Okay, bowling in 10.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Fresh house!
3, 2, 1.
Chest 8, look out. Close to see it.
Three, 2, 1.
Chest 8. Stack up tight on the X. Stalling, I'm sorry.
3, 2, 1.
Back to skull. skull and focus the ad.
3, 2, 1.
Sorry.
2, 1. Beware.
Okay, watch the blood pool on the floor. You can see where the bloodlines are going to come out. One person in each red circle. Battle is crossing.
I got that.
Three, 2, 1.
Focus the end.
Right for infection.
Three, 2, 1.
Pestilence spreads. Right for infection.
Okay.
It's going to take more precision.
I think our biggest problem on this is the ads that spawn when he turns into a pool of blood. We need to focus on getting them grouped up on the skull and then move them down. But other than that, that went better than the other two tries. I think we made a little progress at least.
So with 3 stacks, Omega Vector killed me.
Okay.
And I don't know if that's like an issue of need to be spot healed more or what, but with 3 stacks of it, it killed me, and then I ate a plague bomb, and it was overkill.
Well, part of it is to the ads that spawn. They put a healing debuff on like 5 or 6 random people, so that you can't get healed until that's topped off.
I even use defuse magic with it, so it wipes it off.
Yeah, and the ads only spawn in his blood phase if we don't get to a circle, so.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, it says if no players are within a zone when it explodes, a play amalgam ad will spawn instead. Raid must soak all 3 of these zones to ensure that no ads spawn.
Okay. Alright, well that was good first night everyone. We got 4 bosses down and I thought it went really well. So
That's
I
half
will
the raid.
personally research. Yeah, I'll personally put some research into that boss and the rest of them, and we can come back tomorrow and hopefully knock them out. So same raid, same group, tomorrow, 8 Eastern, 7 Central.
Why do they never mention Mountain or Pacific?
I was just thinking, who says Central?
I said Central because I'm in Central.
Hey, I'm in Central too.
I'm an hour ahead of you guys. I'm Atlantic.
Pacific's usually always said because people can't count by 3.
Atlantic, is that like